Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm testing out some liquid lipsticks that claim to be budge proof or smudge proof, and we're going to see how they go on a mask. We're going to see if they do transfer, if they are transfer resistant like they claim. So being in the middle of a pandemic, everyone has to wear a mask whether you're outside or inside. It all depends what it is in your country. So over here in the UK you don't have to wear a mask outside. However, if you do go into a restaurant you have to wear it, and then when you sit down at your table you can take it off, or if you go into a shop you have to wear a mask. So when you're inside you have to wear them, but when you're outside you don't. I know that it's different throughout all countries, but that's just what we do in the UK. And I don't know about you guys, but I like to wear liquid lipsticks. I like my makeup to just look really nice, and then when I've taken this off when I go outside, I still like to have my makeup looking good and not having transfer everywhere. Now I have been wearing a liquid lipstick that is my favourite, however it's discontinued and I can't feature it in a video about makeup that doesn't transfer because obviously you guys can't get it anymore. So I decided I was going to go ahead and test out these liquid lipsticks that I have in my collection that say that they're budge proof or smudge proof or transfer resistant, and see how they go on this mask. So as you can see, I tried one out beforehand and this liquid lipstick literally will not come off this mask. So this mask was actually made by my sister. I will put her Etsy page down below for you so you can check it out. But this is a Toy Story mask, and as you guys know I love Disney and this is just so good. I like wearing these masks because you can just wash them after every time you use them. You don't have to chuck them away, and I like to be able to wash my masks and wear them several times. So if you're new to my channel and you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and also make sure to hit the bell icon just so you're notified every time I load a new video. So all these liquid lipsticks, they are completely different in their price ranges. So you have some that are drugstore, some that are in the middle, and some that are very, very expensive. So I have loads of different price points and we're going to go ahead, test them out and see how they go and see how they last throughout these masks. So if you want to see me test out these liquid lipsticks and see if they're mask proof, then just keep watching. So I've taken off the lipstick that I was wearing beforehand and we're going to go ahead and test out 6 liquid lipsticks. Now all of these claim to be smudge proof, budge proof or waterproof. They do retail for between £5 and £31 or $5 and $38. So we'll let you know how much they are in pounds and dollars just so you can see the difference in prices that we have. So we're going to test out the Wet n Wild Catsuit Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink, which is supposed to be waterproof. Everyone raves about this stuff. I have the KVD Vegan Beauty, Kylie Cosmetics, Cab Cosmetics, and then at £31 or $38 we have the Chanel Duo, which is supposed to be smudge proof and is supposed to last a very, very long time. So we're going to go ahead and test these out and see which one is the best one, see if it is transfer proof and see if it's mask proof as well. So the first one that I'm testing out is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. This one retails for £5 or $5. I love this. Honestly, I bought several of these in America. This one has been unopened, so I've just opened it now, and this is what it looks like. So this one's in a shade Pink Really Hard, and like I said, I love these. They are super affordable, but I have not tested them out to see if they are mask proof yet. But these feel really matte when you put them on your lips. Doesn't really feel that liquid, it feels more like a mousse. So when I test out each individual one, I'm going to apply it, wait for it to dry, and then I'm going to wear a mask for about 15-20 minutes and see how it goes. So as you can see, I do have a little bit right here on my mask. This was from a liquid lipstick that I decided to test out that wasn't transfer proof, and it decided it was going to stain it. So I've actually washed this several times since I used that liquid lipstick and it hasn't come off. When I'm testing these out individually, what I'm going to do is apply them, wait for them to dry, then wear the mask for 15 to 20 minutes and then just see if they do transfer. So as you can see on the mask, I already have a little bit right here. This was when I tried out a liquid lipstick that wasn't transfer resistant. So this one I'm not bothering to test out in this video because I know that it transfers everywhere. So yeah, that's just how it goes. I've washed this several times since I used that liquid lipstick and it hasn't come off. So this is what the Wet n Wild Catsuit lipstick looks like, and I really like it. I like the shade of it. It has now dried, so I'm going to go ahead, apply my mask, keep it on for about 15-20 minutes, come back and show you what it looks like. So the 15 minutes are up, and now I'm going to take off the mask. So just so you guys know, throughout the whole of that 15 minutes I was talking to Neil. This is what I'm going to be doing every single time that I'm testing out all of these liquid lipsticks. I'm going to be talking pretty much all the way through it, just because I feel like that then I can get a really good idea, because we do talk all the time when we're wearing masks. If we're outside, if we're inside, we talk all the time. So I felt like that would probably be the best thing for me to do to test these out. Looking at the mask, there's not actually a lot on there. There's like a tiny amount, if you guys can see. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's like a tiny amount that's come off like here. And I do feel like this is pretty much mask proof. I feel like it did a really good thing. And as you guys already know, there was already something right here already on the mask. So that's from the last liquid lipstick that I tested out. But this, there's only a tiny amount. It's pretty much just right there. So I feel like this did really good. It's very, very budge proof. And we'll see if it transfers on my hand. No transfer on my hand at all. For £5, I feel like that did really good. Now, the reason why I am so out of breath is because obviously I was talking for up to 15 minutes. Wearing a mask as well. I ran up the stairs to do this video, so yeah, I feel like it's really good. I feel like it's so good for the £5. Definitely mask proof for the most part. Like I said, just a little bit on there. Dries very quickly and I'm really happy with it. So now it's time for me to take off this liquid lipstick and then we're going to try out the next one. So that lipstick took ages for me to get off. I feel like my lips are red raw, and this is definitely a smudge proof, budge proof liquid lipstick because it took so much welly for me to try and get off my lips. So the next one that I'm testing out is the Maybelline Superstain Matte Ink, and this is in the shade 70 Amazonian. This is a beautiful shade. It's like a really nice brown, and I feel like this is perfect for autumn and perfect for winter, so I was really drawn to this shade. This one again is a new shade, never opened it before, so it's going to be a whole first impression on how it actually goes. So this retails for between £6 and £10. I did get this from ASOS. I think it was about £6, but they usually are $9.99. In the US it's $8, so this one again is another affordable one. And I've heard so many amazing things about this liquid lipstick. People are saying that it's waterproof. I know that Nikki Tutorials tested this out in a waterproof makeup tutorial and it stayed put, so I have very high hopes for this. I'm hoping that it's going to last long. I'm hoping that it's not going to transfer, so we'll see exactly how it goes. So the colour of this liquid lipstick is so beautiful. I feel like it's perfect for autumn and winter. I feel like it looks so good with my skin tone. I really like it and I'm so happy that I decided to test it out. So the reason why I'm testing out liquid lipsticks that are different shades is because then you can actually see which one has transferred on the mask. I don't see the point of using 6 nude liquid lipsticks and not being able to see which one transfers. At least with this, you can see the one that transfers the most. So this one has now dried down. It's taken a little bit longer than the Wet n Wild one, but to be honest, this one was a little bit thicker and it was more of a thicker formula. So this is what it looks like, and I'm going to go ahead, put on my mask and put the timer on for 15 minutes and see how it goes. So I've had this one on for 15 minutes now, so I'm going to take it off, and this is what it looks like. So it honestly doesn't look any different to when I first applied it. It literally looks exactly the same. The thing that I would say about this is that it feels very sticky. So when I was wearing this mask, it felt pretty sticky and it felt like that the mask was sticking to the liquid lipstick even though it was dry. And I did the colour transfer test where I kissed my hand. I knew that it was dry and it just felt a little bit sticky, so I definitely bear that in mind when you're wearing this. I don't think this one is the best one to wear with a mask. Also, this one has transferred as well quite a lot. I don't know if it's because of the shade of this, but right down here it has transferred. So I'm going to take this one off and then apply the next one to my lips. So again, that one took a little while to get off and my lips are very, very red, but this one actually came off easier than the Wet n Wild one. I also preferred the consistency of this one to the Wet n Wild one as well, because I feel like that it just glided on so easily. But I do have to say about the stickiness, it did feel quite sticky, whereas the Wet n Wild one, I couldn't even feel it on my lips. So the next liquid lipstick that I'm testing out is the Kylie Cosmetics, and this one is in the shade 22. Now this one used to be my favourite shade from Kylie Cosmetics. I used to wear this all the time, absolutely loved it. Haven't worn it in a very long time, to be honest. I haven't worn Kylie lip kits in a long time anyway, because I've been going for ones that are more affordable. I've also been getting into Cab Cosmetics as well, so yeah, I haven't worn this in such a long time, so it's going to be really weird to apply these. And I forgot how nice it smelled. It smells exactly like sweets and I completely forgot about that. So this one, like I said, is in the shade 22. This one you can only get in the US and it's $17. So I really wish that they had a UK site, because on their skincare they do have a UK site, but they don't have one for their cosmetics. So what I remember from these liquid lipsticks is that these were quite thin to apply. So this one is now completely dry. It dried pretty quickly, not as quick as the Wet n Wild one, but quicker than Maybelline. And I'm going to do the kiss test as well. Yep, it is completely dry, so absolutely no transfer on there. It does feel pretty drying, which I remember from Kylie lip kits when I first started wearing them. They were pretty drying. Again, I apologise for the way that I applied it because it doesn't really look the best. But now that it's dry, I'm going to go ahead, apply my mask and keep it on for 15 minutes. So it's been 15 minutes, so I'm going to take off my mask and we're going to see if this one transferred at all. So this one has transferred off a little bit on the top. I'm not too sure if you can see, but right there it has transferred off. And it didn't feel sticky or anything like that. It does feel a little bit flaky now. Like, I haven't put a lot on, and that's something I remembered from the Kylie Cosmetics ones, that you only have to put a little bit on, otherwise it starts to feel flaky, and it does at the moment. So I feel like it did pretty okay. So it went on pretty easily and it was pretty opaque, but now it is starting to feel a little bit crusty, a little bit too drying as well. So I'm going to take this one off and then we're going to go ahead and put the next one on. So again, a lot of scrubbing was needed to get this off. A weird thing was, as it was coming off, it was coming off in like little balls, which was really strange. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but on here there's like all these like little balls that have like come off. So that's something that I do have to say about these liquid lipsticks. They do tend to come off a little bit weird. So the next liquid lipstick that I'm testing out is the Cab Cosmetics Red Velvet Liquid Lipstick, and this is what this one looks like. So this one retails for $18. You can't get it in the UK, you can only get it in the US and get it shipped over. So this is the only liquid lipstick that they have on their website now that you can still purchase. I do have quite a few liquid lipsticks from them. I think I have like 3, and the other 2 you can't get them anymore because they were limited edition. So I did like those ones, and this one again I really like the shade. So we're going to go ahead, apply this to the lips and see how this one goes. So this one is now dry, and it dried pretty quickly as well. It did apply really nicely. It feels like a nice thin cream formula, and it didn't feel dry when I was applying it. Now it is feeling quite drying at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and do the kiss test just to see if it is transfer proof and if it is actually dried. And that is what it looks like. So absolutely nothing has come off on my hand. So this one is now dry. So I'm going to go ahead, put on my mask, and we're going to test this out for 15 minutes. And the 15 minutes are up, so I'm going to take this off and we're going to see how it transferred. And I think there is literally a tiny amount of transfer. See, a little bit on the top and a little bit in the middle. So it's a bit on the top right here if you can see, and then a bit in the middle around here. So it has transferred a little bit. Hasn't done too bad considering the liquid lipsticks that we've tried today, but you can definitely see that there is transfer on there. Now it doesn't really look any different on my lips to when I first applied it, so it does stay on your lips, but yeah, it has transferred a little bit. So when I applied this, it felt quite nice on the lips. It was very creamy, wasn't too thin, and you didn't need a lot of it to coat your lips. It was pretty good. I only needed to dip in once, and then I managed to do all of my lips. I do like how it is very matte as well, and it is a budge proof one, just because when I was kissing my hand nothing came off. So I'm going to take this one off and then we're going to go ahead and apply the next one. So that one was actually the easiest one for me to take off. So if you want one that's not going to take you ages to take it off, then that one's probably the best one to get. So the next one that I'm going to test out is the KVD Vegan Beauty liquid lipstick. This one is in the shade Beloved, and I got this one when it was Kat Von D, but now it's changed to KVD Vegan Beauty. This is what it looks like. This is one of my favourite shades to wear. I used to wear this all over spring. Honestly, this is one of my favourite ones. So this one, it does retail for £18 or $21. So it is the second most expensive one. So it is pretty expensive for a liquid lipstick, but I've used these a lot and I know that these ones are smudge proof, but I haven't tested them out to see if they're mask proof. And this is what the KVD liquid lipstick looks like, and I love these. They go on so smoothly, very creamy, and you don't need a lot of this, only a little bit. And I really like the way that it looks. I know that these are smudge proof, but I haven't tested them out with a mask. So I'm going to go ahead, put on my mask, we're going to wait 15 minutes and come back and see what it looks like. So it's been another 15 minutes, so I'm going to take this off and we'll see how it looks. So this has actually transferred quite a lot. I'm not sure if you can see on here, but all along the top it is transferred, so there is a lot of pink on there. So if you do want to have one that doesn't transfer on masks, then this one is probably not the best. Now it is transfer proof, as you can see on here, completely transfer proof. It dried very, very quickly. However, on a mask you can see all of the pink on there. Now I'm not too sure if it's just because it is a pink liquid lipstick that is bright pink that you're having the issue, but it does transfer on here. So I'm going to take this one off and then I'm going to go ahead and apply the last one, and I am so happy that this one is the last one because my lips are so dry, they hurt so much, they're very red, and you can see that I've got red all around my mouth. So so happy that this one is the last one. So while I was taking this one off, I didn't really have any issues with getting it off. I didn't have to scrub like crazy. It came off quite easily. I still needed to scrub a little bit, but it came off a lot more easier than some of the other ones. And as you can see, my lips are so red. My lips hurt, my mouth hurts, and I'm so happy that this one is the final one to test, because I just need to put a lip mask on and my lips just need to be really nice and soft. So now I'm testing out the last one. This one is the most expensive. This one is the Chanel Le Rouge Duo Ultra Gloss, and this one is in the shade 174 Endless Pink. This is a new liquid lipstick. I absolutely love it. It is smudge proof, it is budge proof. However, I don't know if it's mask proof, and this is what this one looks like. So you have the liquid lipstick on this side, then you have the gloss on the other side, and the gloss just makes it stay on a lot longer, and then also doesn't make it so drying on the lips. I'm not going to use the gloss for this, just because if you put lip gloss on or lip balm, it is going to transfer on the mask and it's going to feel really sticky and horrible. I did that once where I put on a lip liner and then a lip balm, and my lips were sticking to the mask and it just felt so uncomfortable. So this liquid lipstick has now dried. It is feeling a little bit sticky. As you can see, my lips sort of stick together, but it is transfer proof. As you can see on here, no transfer right there. So it is transfer proof. It is now dry, and I'm going to go ahead and apply my mask, and we're going to keep it on for 15 minutes. So it's been 15 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead, take off my mask, and we'll see how it went. So it does still look exactly the same as when I first applied it, and it still feels a little bit sticky, but that's what the gloss is for. The gloss is to make sure that it's not sticky and to keep it on for a lot longer. And I can see that there is a little bit of transfer. So it's also part of my foundation, and then also some of the liquid lipstick right here. So it's not too much, it's right on there if you can see. So it didn't do too bad, but it did feel quite sticky when I did have the face mask on. So if you're wondering why I have lipstick on all of the sections on here, it's because I am putting my face mask this way up, and then I'm putting it this way up, and because I'm not tightening it as tight as I usually do, it is starting to come down as I'm talking. So that is the reason why I have some on the top and some on the bottom. So I feel like it did pretty good because it hasn't really come off my lips. However, it's not mask proof, and it just shows on here that it's not mask proof. So now that I've tested out all 6 of them, I'm going to go ahead and let you know which ones that I would definitely recommend. So after testing out all 6 of these liquid lipsticks, all 6 of them did transfer onto the mask. Now some of them transferred on more than others. Now the 2 that worked out really well and didn't transfer that much are the Chanel and then also the Wet n Wild. So I find it really weird that it's the 2 that are the least expensive and the most expensive. So you've got £5, £31. These 2 didn't really transfer. This one, the Wet n Wild one, had the least amount of transfer, and then the Chanel one hardly transferred either. Did still transfer, but to be honest, these 2 were pretty good. Now the thing with the Chanel one was that it did feel quite sticky on the lips, and when I was wearing a face mask, my lips didn't stick to the face mask, but it did feel a little bit sticky. Now it wasn't uncomfortable, but just to let you know, there is a little bit of stickiness there. And with the Wet n Wild one, I didn't really feel anything. It went on like a mousse, and it just felt really, really nice on the lips. So this one is actually my favourite. The cheapest one, the Wet n Wild one, is the best one if you want to wear a face mask. Honestly, this hardly transfers. This shade is really nice as well. So I know that some of you guys are probably going to be like, well, those 2 are the most neutral shades, or they're the lightest shades. Well, that is true, but this one is actually pretty pink, and no matter what the shade is, it's still going to transfer. Like I said, these 2 still transferred onto the face mask, but these didn't transfer as much. Now the other 4, these ones transferred quite a lot. The ones that mainly transferred were the KVD Vegan Beauty one. Again, I don't know if that's because it's a bright pink, but this one transferred a lot. And with the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in 70 Amazonian, this one again transferred quite a lot on there. And then the Cab Cosmetics Red Velvet one, this one did transfer quite a lot, but it wasn't as bad as these 2. These 2 were probably the most that transferred. This one's actually really good. I do recommend this if you don't want to wear a face mask and you do want something that's a matte liquid lipstick. This dries very, very quickly, and it just feels nice and comfortable on the lips. And with the Kylie Cosmetics one in 22, it did transfer. It wasn't a lot of transfer, but still there was quite a bit of transfer on there. I think this is pretty good if you want to have a liquid lipstick that doesn't really transfer a lot, and if you do like this shade, this is perfect for autumn. I love this shade. The only thing is, it just doesn't feel very comfortable on the lips. It just felt very, very drying on the lips. When I was taking it off as well, it was pretty hard to take off. With the Wet n Wild one as well, this one was very hard to take off. This one would not budge for anything, as well as the Maybelline one, but this one just felt really weird. But overall, honestly, the Wet n Wild one is actually my favourite. The Chanel one, again, did really well, but the good thing about the Chanel one is that you also have the gloss in here, so if you do want to have the liquid lipstick that doesn't budge, it still is quite, it's not sticky, but my lips do stick together, but once you put the lip gloss on, then they don't stick together and it lasts a very, very long time. So I hope that you enjoy this video. If there's any liquid lipsticks that you love that are budge proof, smudge proof and mask proof, just comment down below to let me know. If you do want me to do another one of these videos but using liquid lipsticks that are all the same shade, then just comment down below to let me know, and make sure that you give this video a very big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.